My Instagram live. Today I'm going to be talking to you about 2022 digital marketing trends. It was a thought that came to mind as I was browsing through some of my favorite social media apps, which include LinkedIn and TikTok and Instagram, and starting to realize not just that, but time is flying. And the top marketers, the top companies and small businesses are the ones that actually know this is the best way to do things. They actually start getting their campaigns from January, and I'd probably say Q1, ready of several months before the new year. And that's what came to mind, which inspired me to share the carousel that I shared a couple of days ago, which then inspired me to come on live today and chat with you about 2022 digital marketing trends. So what I mentioned in my post that I would cover today is Generation Z marketing. I think that's between the age of, I could be wrong, 10 to 25. Millennial marketing, baby boomer marketing, so that we can tie into marketing for different age groups, and then getting new customers for your business. So let's start off with Gen Z marketing. I've been spending roughly about a year on TikTok, which a majority of the content, the comments that I read, and the feedback that I've been noticing comes from this age group. Prior to that, I worked with different brands, such as Glassdoor.com, the super huge job search engine, volunteering to be a guest blogger, where a lot of the topics that I had to focus on was what Gen Z wanted in the workplace, the mindset of Generation Z. And with that experience that I had several years ago, and then on TikTok, most of them really do like short content that is mini-sized videos, or if you are going to do longer content that could be several minutes on, I highly recommend that you have action, color, you make your content high intensity. This is an age group that was born with Instagram and all of these other apps, YouTube, and they spend a lot of time on these apps, whether they're in school or whether they're outside of school. But the one thing I know is that they like a lot of transitions. They like videos and content that really makes them think, makes them laugh, just like everybody else. Things that are tied into school and social causes, and getting them prepared for adulthood or teenagehood, shall I say, or their first year of college, or adulting, which is a term that used to be used a lot on the internet for trying to figure out how to be an adult. So if your age group is within this age group, you don't have to just focus on Generation Z, but you can focus on caregivers and parents that raise these children as well, to get them inspired to share your ads or your content to their parents so that they can approve to get an allowance, so that they can buy your products or services, or they can come with them to your store or check out your website online to buy what it is that you're offering. So just give it a recap. Generation Z, they are very tech savvy. I can sit here and say too that they will research the name of your company, what it means, what it stands for, what culture it comes from. They are pretty big on certain topics like cultural appropriation, and they really do want to see that companies and employees that stand for a brand are genuine. They will go as far as researching information about people that you choose as influencers, and if they find anything on these influencers, on you as a business owner or your employees, and they feel the need to share it with the world, they definitely will. Gen Z, mostly compared to others, I think, if they do get a bad product or they will get bad service, they will film it online and they will share it, not just with their peers, but they will share it on their platforms. As we speak, there is a viral video going out right now with several different TikTok creators that are providing feedback about the Kylie Jenner swimwear. And I think she's probably trying to compete with Rihanna, which in my opinion is very hard to do. With Savage X Fenty, but she's getting a bad rap right now because people received several swimsuits of hers, and the there was like ripped sections, or there was like thread that was out of the swimsuits, and people are literally putting these videos online on TikTok, and they are going viral. So if you are marketing to Gen Z, they are a powerhouse. They work in teams. If there is something that they feel offensive to your brand, best believe they will put it out there in the World Wide Web, and they will scrutinize until you take that photo down, or the CEO or you as a business owner comes out and expresses themselves. So just wanted to leave that as a note, as a disclosure when marketing or branding to this age group. And last but not least, the recap. They like short content, mini videos, TV commercial styles, or skits that are funny, going to make them laugh, create nostalgia from their childhood or going to school or any kind of Gen Z issue. They like action videos, they like lots of colors, high intensity content, and of course, content that focuses on social causes. Now we're going to bring it down to the millennials. So millennials are obviously people who are grown adults. Most of them are in an age group where they either have married and have children or do not, or they're still single and they're trying to figure it out, but they're getting close to that age of settling down or figuring out what they want to do, not so much with school, but their social lifestyle, etc. Millennials really do, especially with these COVID-19 days, they do want to know if your store is open. I don't see a lot of this on Instagram, of all places, which is completely fine. People will call you, but if you can do like a short video or a post, just letting people know that, if you're in Alberta, due to the Alberta health restrictions, you're going to have to bring your vaccine passport, and what restrictions people have, just to make people feel safe before they come into your store and they eat at your restaurant or they go through your retail items, etc., etc. I did see a lot of this, I think last year, but I don't see a lot of it now. So if there's any way that you can do a short announcement of what expectations are when people come into your establishment, whether it's cleaning their hands with, antibacterial liquid or something like that before they come in the store, let people know that your store, if it is, of course, a safe place to buy, and the expectations that you have before they enter the front door of your store. Quality. Millennials, most millennials are done school. Some of them might be going back. I don't know many that are right now, but most of them have at least, if not 1, 2, or 3 children right now. They are married and maybe no children and maybe a dog or a cat or whatever the case may be. But they do work hard, and they do want to know if your products and services are high quality. Hence the Kylie Jenner swimsuit mishaps, so to say, multiple mishaps that I had just mentioned. So make sure that your products are nicely designed. Nobody's going to get a package with a sweater or something like that that has poor seams and they have to send it back, especially if they're paying $50-something, $80-something per item. Millennials also want to see marketing content that infuses lifestyle images, lifestyle content, going on vacation, their child's 5th birthday, age 5 birthday. They want to see lifestyle items or images and videos with respect to work, with respect to their business, with respect to making tough choices like buying a first house or starting a business because that's their passion and they're finally leaving the workforce. So try to sit and think about your ideal customer as far as the lifestyle is concerned, because once you start to think about your most ideal customer and you start creating content based on their lifestyle, it's really, really easy to infuse your products and services into that and to, in the end, explain why they will have any benefit to buy from you over the person down the street or the many other, accounts much like yours that they follow here on Instagram and other apps. So that's it for the millennials. Now the baby boomers, the amazing, lovely baby boomers. I love this age group because they are very wise. They are accomplished in life. If they're not retired already, they're about 2 to 5 years into it, hopefully 2 to 10. Hey, thanks for joining. The baby boomers, they are all about retirement. They really have a focus right now on if they're going to spend money on your products and services, what is the immediate benefit that they're going to get. So if your target audience is, hey, Afonso, how are you? Baby boomers, you want to infuse images of retirement, going on vacation, their children are leaving the home. So what does your product and service have to do? How does that benefit from all of that? Most baby boomers right now are investors. They've got a cottage, they've got multiple houses, they are into Bitcoin and investing in all kinds of things offshore. So this is an age group that is financially more established. And if you have products that are mainly focused on this age group, I highly recommend that you spend most of your time on Facebook. Your Facebook page, Facebook groups, that's where the big pockets are, in my humble opinion. LinkedIn and Facebook is where the Gen Z spend most of the time on. I believe that baby boomers spend most time on Facebook and on WhatsApp. They are sending videos through WhatsApp. They're sending infographics through WhatsApp. They're sending health-related videos on COVID through WhatsApp, as well as Facebook. And they do dedicate a lot of time scrolling through it, looking through Facebook Live, looking through Facebook. I don't know if I'm using the right feature where people are filming lots of videos. They're taking a look at Reels. They're sending videos to family members and friends through Instant Messenger. And that's where the big pockets are at. So if you are into an ad-based opportunity to focus on age group, I believe baby boomers, correct me if I'm wrong, I think they're between the age of about 45 to 65, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. But those are the age groups that spend lots of time on these apps. They want to know how your product and service is going to save them time, save them money, or give them more time, make them more money, give them a peace of mind, make them feel more relaxed, especially in these days of times. Although the other age groups that I mentioned, they are thinking about where COVID and this pandemic life is going to go. Baby boomers are just as concerned. Some of them, their kids had to move back in. So if you can tie your products and services to the children that left the nest, maybe they lost their job and they have to go back into the nest. Peace of mind, prosperity, these are the things that matter a lot to the baby boomer age group. Last but not least, getting new customers. So I mentioned this in my carousel that influencer marketing is going to be a big thing in 2022. Brands are really going to be amping up their spend collectively worldwide in the billions, not millions, billions, by getting celebrities and local influencers with following between 1,000 followers and up. Hi, thanks for joining. And so if you're into the whole influencer marketing, this could be a good opportunity to find an influencer that you like, that is of the image and the personality and the lifestyle that you want to attract similar into customers, and reach out to them and give them an opportunity to learn more about you and your brand. Definitely pay them. It's kind of like the post I said earlier this morning. If you can't afford to pay to influencer, I highly recommend that you do, unless they're okay with just doing it as a hobby. I guess you can give them free clothes and free services if they're okay with that. But in my humble opinion, I think it really means a lot, especially if it's their full-time business. Pay your influencers if you can afford to. If they're just doing it as a hobby and they're okay with it, that's fine. But try to Google what are the 2021 influencer rates and what to expect from them. Just some tips on influencer marketing. There are some cases where companies hire influencers, and unfortunately, people are more focused on the influencer and working with the influencer or paying the influencer for stuff versus buying your product and service. So make sure that you have a really good contract. I don't know how to find contracts. I really recommend that you get like a business lawyer and see if they can write up a thorough contract, even if the service is $500, $600 for a business lawyer, to write up a thorough contract with an influencer, making sure that any DM, any call, any text, or whatever they get, it goes back to your business and not to theirs, because that can happen sometimes where companies spend thousands of dollars on influencers, and some of that traffic is actually coming back to their business versus buying your product and service. So make sure you get a good lawyer with that. And 2022 digital marketing, last point, join forces with nonprofit organizations that you believe in, Red Cross, United Way, anything local. I can't give you any names. I don't know what your beliefs are, but next year, you're going to see a lot of big brands and companies joining forces with local nonprofit organizations on webinars and in-person events, if that's going to even be allowed next year. Knock on wood, hopefully it will. And they're going to be working with these organizations to talk during their webinars or be the face of a cause, maybe natural disaster related next year. So think about some of your favorite nonprofits and see if there's any way that you can jump on one of their campaigns, obviously for a good cause, not so much to sell a product or service, but at the same time, think about how your product and service could benefit someone in a third world country, or God forbid, natural disaster happens in Canada or the US or wherever you live. How can your product or service be given to that group? And who in your team, or are you comfortable with being the face of your company and working with United Way or Red Cross, Goodwill, if Goodwill's still in business, not sure anymore. But that's it in a nutshell. Pretty much I'll just do a recap. We talked about, hey, thanks for joining. We talked about marketing to Gen Z. They love short content, mini videos, action, lots of color, high intensity, social causes. They are all about social causes. They are all about integrity, genuine brands, and companies that really stand for something, them more than any other group, in my opinion. Millennials, they want a focus on health, quality of your products and services. If you're going to do TV commercial style videos, make sure that you bring it into the general, or some kind of lifestyle of a typical millennial. Their family, their work, their business, COVID, they might have some concerns based on what you sell, so on and so forth. Now we're going to bring it down to the older age group, the baby boomers. They're all about retirement. These are high net worth. Most of them are high net worth groups of people. They have investments. If they haven't retired, they're planning on it in the next 5 to 10 years, knock on wood. And baby boomers, they want to know, how can your products save them time, save them money, make them more money, improve their time, improve their health, improve their wealth, improve their well-being. I think this age group isn't as nervous these days as the millennials and the Gen Zs when it comes to the pandemic, but they still have concerns too, right? They are a little bit more high risk. So if you're asking people to come into the store with the mask, I know some of you have already done this. If you have extra precaution like the vaccine passport, I'm in Alberta, Canada, so it's kind of a recommendation now for people that go into restaurants and gyms and studios and things like that. Let people know on your social platforms, even if it's just one post, at least it's up there and there's no surprises when they get to your door. And then last but not least, we talked about getting new customers. In 2022, influencer marketing is going to be in the billions internationally, collectively, as a forecast for all companies and all industries. So if that's something you want to tap into, start following influencers that you admire and see how they progress with their following and their engagement, if it's something that you want to invest in. And then last but not least, join forces with non-for-profit organizations locally or worldwide that obviously have a consistent reputation for really putting their money back into the communities that they say they're going to help, or for natural disasters, etc. And really start following nonprofit accounts on social, so that you can start getting ahead of the curve before the new year to see which organizations and brands you want to work with. Well, everybody, thank you so much for this Friday. I'm going to upload this probably screen record it and share parts of it this week or next week. And yeah, that's it for any questions before I go. I'm super excited about 2022. Forecasts are showing that marketing is going to be in the billions. It's going to be a pretty big thing, especially with this pandemic. It might go on for another year or two. So naturally, more people like you and me are going to be spending more time on social, TikTok, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. I'll break down the age. Whoa, sorry everybody, they're doing construction. Hope they don't break the window here. I'll break down age group based on the top apps. So TikTok, we all know, Gen Z rules the TikTok algorithm there. They're between the age of, I think, 10 to 25. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I'm seeing a lot of millennials on there now too, and baby boomers as well as seniors. Not as much as Gen Z, but I'm seeing an older crowd now on TikTok. Facebook has big pockets. Lots of baby boomers spend time on Facebook scrolling through videos, sending content that they like through instant messages. So if you have your Facebook business group and it's idle, you're not using it right now, I highly recommend that you amp up on it and recommend your customers to like the page so that they can, of course, see it on their timeline. Jump in those Facebook business or customer kind of related groups. I always tell people, if you're going to spend time in these Facebook groups, share educational content and make sure that you are in groups with businesses. If you're going to do the entrepreneur route, try to be in groups with businesses that don't sell what you sell. Try to be in groups with potential customers. And Instagram, of course, millennials own this app. Gen Z, they're not really big on Instagram, but they do like looking through Instagram Reels. And I'm just giving out that forecast because sometimes I can tell when I do really good Instagram Reels videos and I look at who's liking it, they're usually teenagers. So they kind of don't like Instagram, but they do spend time on Instagram Reels because it reminds them a lot of TikTok. Baby boomers, okay, so Gen Z. So between millennials and baby boomers, they do spend a good amount of time on LinkedIn, looking for jobs, networking, getting educational content, etc., and sharing content as well. If you do have a YouTube channel, YouTube Shorts is picking up. I was super surprised. I try to do a video a day most weeks, and I'm getting pretty decent traction, if not between a couple hundred views to a little over 1,000 views on my YouTube Shorts. So if you have any videos on Instagram Reels or on TikTok that you like, that are high impact, action, lots of color, skits, TV style commercial, put them on YouTube Shorts. But don't give up. Try it for a good month or two, and you should hopefully, knock on wood, see some traction there. I'm probably going to say that's it for best apps. WhatsApp is pretty good. But I think it's really good if you're having like groups with customers, or maybe you're a service-based entrepreneur. You can ask people if they want to be on your WhatsApp group. And of course, I would recommend just sending educational content versus product. So I don't see any questions here, but thank you so much for joining me here. I'm going to get back to business. I'm going to turn back on my laptop and get back to business. But I will share this video, and I hope I shared a lot of nuggets. If you want to go anonymous and ask any questions, send me a DM, and I will do my best to help. And if you want to watch more videos like this, click link in bio and check out my YouTube channel. Take care.